Hey there, YouTube. I'm Yukitsu. This is Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to Stellaris. So I thought I was recording. I am on Iron mode, so I can't go back. But I wasn't actually recording. So I have done a decent chunk of things for like an hour or something. So yeah, one of the things that is kind of interesting is we've started actually going back to getting our Corvettes. And I'm not 100% sure that this is going to be something that's useful to me, but I feel like this is a great way to increase our fleet firepower, and I think at this point in time our enemy is going to be a little bit less focused on defeating Corvettes with the sort of high tracking weapons, and if they are too focused on that, then we can definitely take advantage of that. I actually do need to update the Aegis now. We've gained access to some interesting stuff here, so we're going to go ahead and we might even replace the front system here for the broadside bow. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So the Aegis here can actually equip the flak cannon in its medium slot now, which is a point defense type of weapon, basically. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so you can also use these to damage larger ships, though. So we're going to go ahead and incorporate all of those there. Then we've got the improved fighter wing. We're going to actually get the advanced fighter wing now. So that's good. And it's also equipped with the Guardian point defense systems. So these things are very good at shooting stuff down, basically. Pretty much all they're good at, but that's fine. So chuck that in there. Get another shield, probably. Another 2 shields, I guess. It is more beneficial right now for me to have shields as opposed to armor plating, so this is probably fine. We'll switch to Durasteels. So yeah, this is just an important ship design in general for me. Just because if they do happen to have lots and lots of missiles, this is what's going to keep us alive. The ability to fire down all that ordnance with the flaks and the Guardian point fences and stuff like that, and the advanced fighter wings means that we're going to have a ridiculous amount of protection against an enemy fleet that's trying to kill us with that. Let's go ahead and actually split our fleet here. I do need to get rid of the Naladu's from here, but... And we've also got some access to some other stuff here. I don't think the Eminence is actually it's the Legion that's the fully upgraded one, so we'll go ahead and knock that out of there. Legion basically has shields that are much more advanced and much more powerful. It's the first in class, so I figured it was appropriate, but the rest of our battleships are actually quite a bit weaker. If we check here, they don't have a lot of these whole extra points filled in. And the reason is that these guys have longer range, large weapon points, so they're designed to stand in the back and be heavy artillery, dealing huge amounts of damage from the back lines there. Let's actually add in the Durasteel armor, though, to, I guess, all of our ship classes. I can go through what we've got added in here. So these torpedo gunboats are a new addition to our fleets here. They're not necessarily going to survive all that much. I've added, basically, the torpedoes back into our fleets, because I feel like, at this point in time, being able to have these guys with the 75% and in actuality with our fleet admiral even higher evasion chance, they're going to be a little bit more survivable, and I don't think that we're going to have to worry as much about missiles, which was what was sort of killing them off really, really quickly in the earlier fights, because these guys are basically magnets that get sucked in by missiles and completely annihilated. So let's go ahead and check our Titan destroyer, or our Titov destroyer. So these guys don't have the ship-mounted radar system as well. I'm saving energy for these guys because this means that we are not having to use extra tracking on these small quantum missiles. These things basically will hit regardless, and the large one is still pretty powerful, as is it's what we use for the big hitting one. I probably should actually switch this up to a medium, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I probably don't really care that much. We did actually finish the X-ray missiles. Alright, let's get some antimatter in here. One more shield, and then we're going to go for the crystal-infused plating and the Durasteel. So I think that this is going to be a little bit of a better version of this, so let's go ahead with that. After that, one of the reasons as well that I had the double was that I could have more rate of fire from these ships, but that was because we were phasing out the swarms. But now that we're bringing swarm ship back, I don't really need that here. We got the Gatling type one. I can actually upgrade the small autocannons to a larger one at this point in time, to the Reaper autocannon, but I don't really feel like I want to at this point in time. I don't feel like we need to necessarily, so we're just going to go ahead and add in the Durasteel. So the reason that we've added this is because we're starting to get to that point in the game where it's a good idea for me to include a little bit of kinetic weaponry, because if we've got good kinetic weaponry, we can start dealing damage to larger ships. The flaw with these things is that they have, while they have good damage, You can see that even a fairly low-rated coil gun here has decent damage here. Its tracking and its accuracy is very, very low. So the Destroyer class is actually what you want to put these on because they gain an inherent bonus to tracking from advanced combat computers. But I'm still using the autocannons right now. The Ripper doesn't have much of an increase in damage, like it's 1 damage per hit, so I honestly don't care too much to improve that. So yeah, just adding the Duracrete, or Dura Armor, whatever, is fine. For the Hunter class, like, we're still going to be using Cloud Lightnings for a little while, but they're probably going to have to get phased out pretty soon. The ship, again, doesn't really need a ship-mounted radar system because it doesn't need the tracking for its weapon type, because it still automatically hits things. While these things are great and have that 100% tracking and 100% accuracy, they're not actually a very high damage weapon. So they're good at ignoring armor as well, though, but a medium slot weapon that deals as little damage as it does is kind of bad. So we go through all those. We did increase our Aegis, but we can also go to the Fedorov here. So again, like, we're going to have to do a major revamp on what we're considering these ships for and what we're actually using them for. But for now, let's just go ahead and upgrade our armor. This is the problem with, like, upgrading your ships, is that you kind of, like, get a new tech and you sort of have to go through all of your ships and upgrade their armor here. Even this one, we'll go ahead and make them a little bit more expensive. So the design for this, oh right, I forgot. We do want these to have, like, powerful weapons. That's kind of the important thing about them. So we'll go ahead and upgrade all those. Means we do need a little bit more power. Fortunately, we're actually over on power on this one, so I actually downgraded to weaker reactor type. Get antimatter reactor here. We can probably get, like, a fission reactor here, and then maybe downgrade this to a cold fusion. Not sure I can get this by the increment that I need to get it by, but this is probably fine. So that's a little bit more expensive now, but we can still get it for pretty cheap. So let's head down to the times over here. Let's upgrade this fleet up. So that's what our fleet looks like now. Those are the ships in our fleet. It's going to cost me a decent chunk of money. One of the other things we've gone and done, we got some habitations. I did take that particular perk. We're actually saving up to get more of these because they're expensive, but each of them does increase our fleet cap by 10, which is a pretty good perk. You can see that we've got 2 habitats right now. We were getting 20 population from, or 20 fleet cap from that. Super good ability there. One of the other interesting things that we can go and check out here, the habitat here produces a lot of energy. I've decided to put power plants in this particular one, the solar power processor. Once this place is completely filled up with population and that sort of stuff, we'll be getting a lot of energy from this place. Each of these pops is producing like 14, and I'm going to then gene tailor these guys to make them even better at harvesting energy, which could make them quite potent. Alright. So let's see how many Aegises we have here. We've got 6 of them, it looks like. Or no, we've only got, yeah, we've got 6 Aegises. So that's pretty okay. Now, I need to do something about this ship here. I'm not really sure what I want to do about it. But for now, I think that we'll just have to leave that be. Got plenty of planets right now, but at this point in time, it's not super important for me to do much. We did develop a sector here, and this sector is going to basically be its own independently governed thing. This is because we are at the directly controlled colonized system cap. Actually, I need to go into our sectors thing here for a second and remove the ability for these guys to colonize. That's the wrong thing. Close that. This one, sector settings. Right, so I don't want these guys to colonize just yet. The reason is that societal shift, good, whatever. The thing is that we've got this Unity coming up that's going to give us the ability to terraform 33% cheaper. Combined with the already cheaper terraform that we have from our strategic resources, we'll be able to terraform these planets extremely cheaply. Now, one of the other things is that these guys have been getting incrementally beaten up. They're being guaranteed by these guys all the way over here, who I actually need to start beating up and get to so I can actually take out Cyberx Alpha and conquer that. The reason being that I can get some pretty interesting tech from there. But the thing is, if I declare war on these guys, the guys from over here can't actually come and assist that because they're blocked by this Star Hunters faction that we're now equivalent to. Even though these guys are fanatical purifiers, they're people that we can now fight effectively. So it actually does make sense to a large degree for me to try to fight these guys. Take over the last of their planets and then form them into a sort of bulwark against these fanatical purifiers over here. And we have got a fleet right now that could potentially manage that to a very large extent. Our fleet firepower is going to jump up a little bit here. It's going to be something that we have to redo again because we're now getting new torpedoes. So yeah, this fleet though is pretty damn powerful. I think it's because actually we dropped the firepower down to the Aegis class that it's sort of the same, because the flak batteries, as good as they are for what they do, aren't actually a damage-dealing thing. But yeah, I think that this fleet composition is going to be pretty good. Still, at this point in time, we just have to sort of focus on getting more resources, getting our Unity up. I've been building a lot of Unity, increasing buildings and stuff like that, just because, well, we kind of need them. Alright, you definitely should not be coming up here. But, I might have to relocate this guy, which is a shame, because I just banned relocations. Oh well. Okay, get those stations up there. Alright, let's consolidate these fleets, I guess, together. Doesn't matter hugely, but merge that together there. 11.9k military is what we've currently got. It's a pretty decent amount, and we are significantly overmatching these guys now. I am probably going to have to build some defense platforms somewhere, but for right now our stations should be okay. Our orbital platforms should be enough to let me go and conquer these guys. We have got a decent army as well. Over here we've got xenomorph armies with the clone army. We should probably actually go ahead and replace the current upgrades that we've got to these armies here. So we can take these morphling armies or whatever and get attach Xeno cavalry to them instead of the hunter killer drone swarms. These are slightly better, in all honesty, as an upgrade. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. God damn it. Our population is growing faster than we can build our stuff here. Because I think we had a bunch of people immigrate here. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna get one of our habitations or habitats or whatever devoted around research for now. They produce 3, 3, and 3, which is a pretty decent chunk, and if I can get smart added to that colony, it's going to be 3.3 to everything, which is quite nice. So, something that I'm going to want to do. It's actually a little bit even more than that, because we've got the policy that produces extra. I would like to get rid of even more of these frontier outposts, so one of the things that we can do is actually start building habitations in this sector, around these planets here, just add them to a sector, and have it take control of those. We could, for example, use this place and then have a bunch of, or even here actually could be the center of that sector, and then we just grow a bunch of places around it. And that would give us control of these areas and let us get rid of the territory, the frontier outpost rather. The reason that we're going to be able to build more of the habitations, of course, is that we're going to be going ahead and unlocking master builders, which I think we've actually got access to now. And yeah, plus 33% build speed and minus 25% build cost for megastructures, which is quite good. The other option, of course, is engineered evolution, which I also like, but it's going to be a little bit more awkward to get that right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and get more research. I'm at the point, actually, where I'm going to probably be tearing down research stations so I can build more research stations for the government purpose, for the mandate, where the governor's like, I promise I will build 4 orbital research stations for the people. And he does that by destroying 4 orbital research stations and then building 4 more orbital research stations. It's that sort of like a building up and tearing down sort of economy, which entirely doesn't work, but it looks good on paper so the people are happier. I think that's what's happening when you're doing that. Or I think that that's gaming the system, but it is gaming the system in a way that actually kind of makes sense to me. So maybe it's just because I'm an awful person, I don't know. Anyway, these vat-grown soldiers we're going to go ahead and replace. Actually, you know what, let's just keep the hunter-killer drones on the places that already have them. So I think all the vat-grown soldiers have that hunter-killer attachment. Let's add the morphlings to the Xeno Cavalry, though. So yeah, we've got some crazy alien sort of stuff going on with this army. And it is a pretty potent all-around land army. Not gonna lie. Could probably take out quite a lot of things. There are like Xeno Titans that you can get or something like that I've seen and I've had, and they're like way more powerful, but I didn't get that event, so can't get those. Either way, it should be enough to take out whatever is on Piscus. Can't imagine there's much on a planet named Piscus. So the question is, are we ready for war? Probably not, honestly, but what can you do sometimes? Alright, orbital habitat over here. I need to leave a space open, actually, because I want to build a symbol of unity here once I get those researched. Like, I haven't actually had that. It is a rare tech, so you don't necessarily get it, but usually it's a common rare tech. Like, it's one of the lower level ones. It shows up quite often. So, I don't know. I'm assuming it'll be there eventually. Let's go ahead and grab this. I'm going to actually have to build another sector anyway, just because we've got a situation where we're kind of going to get more planets here, and I might just build a sector out of these 3 planets if I take them all. Alright, so we've also got some other Xenomorph armies. These are actually there for planetary defenses, so they're not really there for added whatever. Let's embark all. So yeah, what we got is a bunch of these things and a really good general. So that should help a bit. Let's get our transport fleet out to our staging points. Now they might send small fleets out to sort of attack me at sort of awkward times and sort of awkward ways. And unfortunately I don't have any of my star forts up yet. I would love to get some of those, but we're going to just risk this war here and make the assumption that we'll be able to get in there and take them out without having to worry about that. Let's get the living states. Right, so this feels like this is a bit of a risk, honestly. It's kind of not a good idea, but it's also kind of a good idea. So, if I declare war, I can demand that they cede this planet, this planet, this planet, this planet. I can't probably take all this at once, so what we're going to do is take probably... Where have they got these planets, actually? Oh, I see what's happening here. I know what the problem is. Okay, so I just have to be a bit careful as to which planets I'm demanding, because I think I'm actually getting some of their allies stuff here. So, oh, shit. This would actually start a war with the... Okay, so... No, okay, it's just these two. Okay, the High Kingdom is sort of guaranteeing them, so it's kind of screwing me over in that sense, but they can't get to me. So I just have to be careful about not getting any of these guys' planets mixed up in this. I just have to go after whatever their home planet is here. So I wish it was a better way to figure out which planets are which. Something with an X here. This is why I like my system where they're all like whatever prime. Looks like I'm not allowed to take stance their capital right now. I could vassalize them instead. Okay. I'm probably going to have to do this by system then. So, Piscus. Ah, there we go. Okay, so Pandil. There is actually a search function, so I probably should have been using that, honestly. Othana. Okay. Okay. Then I want to destroy... I don't think they actually have any frontier outposts, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. So this should be fine. Yeah, this is fine, because that's all their planets. Okay. Let's go ahead and confirm that and see how this works for us. So we're going to start with Piscus here. And hopefully these guys don't open their borders to those other guys. Like, they're fanatical purifiers, so it's almost guaranteed that they will not open their borders. But yeah, let's take a look at our fleet here. Let's see what it's like. Move our transportation fleet in there. And we've got our fleet. Let's try and intercept these guys before they can jump away. They're trying to get away with their fleet here. Come on, make it. I think they're going to get out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start fortifying a little bit of stuff here. Oh shit. They've decided to hop their stuff like way into my territory. Okay. Well, we're automatically jumping to that, so they'll take out some of our stations here. I don't care about that as much, but it looks like we will actually automatically engage them pretty soon. Yeah, they're going to take this starport out pretty quickly, but our fleet's getting there eventually. Okay. Mining operations there. Let's do mining here as well. And let's slow down speed. I want to see the way my fleet performs here. Once we get there, of course. Which might take a while. So my starport has actually dealt a little bit of damage to them, but we have lost our station there. Oops. Come on. Man, they're fast. Okay, I have to sort of watch where they're going so I can immediately jump to it. So I don't actually want to be moving our fleet here from the border. Okay, so where are these guys going to jump to? Oh, they jumped back to their home system. God damn it. Let's get our transport fleet out of here, I guess. So this is annoying, but mining station here, I guess. Yeah, so their superior jump range is actually going to help them out quite a bit. Let's get another one of these. I think they have to repair some stuff, so it's fine. Actually, let's send you out to here, and let's go ahead and build that military station that I can get here. So we can get a fortress class. I don't want this one, actually. I want the other type. We want the black hole class fortress. We're going to build that here. We want that to be in range of the starport, so it's going to be kind of useful. Crap, where the hell is this? Oh, they came back for some reason. God damn it. I don't even know why they came back to this fleet here, or this area here. Oh, they're just trying to take the starport out. Well, this one hasn't been finished building yet, so I can go ahead and cancel that. Get refunded all the minerals and stuff like that. Alright, now they're bombarding the planet. Perfect. Okay, that's what we want to see. So this will probably keep them here long enough for 3rd Strike Force to get there, hopefully. This is probably why I should upgrade my warp engine so I can catch up to these sorts of hit-and-run tactics a little bit easier. I should also probably just split my fleets. So let's go ahead and do an even split here, I think. Please an FTL. Okay. Bruggen's display sonic potential. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. So we'll send these guys all together here for now, but do I have a planetary garrison here? I'm pretty sure I do, actually. Alright, here's the fleets. Send you guys back to here. see how these guys like that, honestly. Alright. Get our own transport fleet out here. And re-elected, okay. And here's the fight. Okay, perfect. Oh. Yeah, you can see that those battleships are just firing these really big lasers from long distances. And where we're getting hits, it's causing tremendous damage. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Research projects there. Third strike force is over here. First strike force is heading over to here. Should be able to wipe out their station, no problem. So we'll leave these guys in the back for the time being, but let's get this fleet to head on over to here. Alright, research stations, mines, actually over here. And let's head on back over to here. Alright. Yeah, so I definitely want to go ahead and spaceport this back up again. They're pretty good defensively, so I do like them for that purpose. Yeah, so this guy's heading over here. Let's go ahead and build those military stations now. So they sort of slowed me down a little bit because I was not doing the best thing there. I think our fleet at this point is just way too powerful, and you can see the Aegis's doing work here. Look at all those torpedoes that they're trying to launch at us, and they're just all getting shot down. Or all missiles, rather. They aren't even getting to the Aegis's. They're getting shot down by the fighters before they can even get there. So this is the flaw of using like any sort of those kinds of weapons. You really desperately want to have some other weapons or something else that can take out this kind of stuff. Alright. Let's go ahead and land our armies here. Now, I don't actually know that this is going to be that easy a fight for me, but... oh, look at this. Long-range missiles just smashing into this. Even the strike craft of the fighters are getting in on that fight. Loving that. Alright, Devastator torpedoes unlocked. We should probably get the railguns now. Alright, you guys get to work here. See if we can't take these guys out. I don't think that we're going to be there in time, actually. We're sort of running everything away. Scientist died. Which one was that? Damn it. Okay, we got a spare that I can just chuck in there. I do, but he's kind of crap still. Alright. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's get this one in there. Well, I'm not actually sure there is any events, or I don't think we can get those anymore. Because I think if someone else has already explored the tile, you can't get in another survey there, or another anomaly there. Or if it's maybe an enemy territory, you can't get anomalies. It's hard to say. Okay, so let's take a look at this fleet here. How they do. So, yeah, that fleet got wiped. You can see these missiles getting swatted down like they're nothing. Let's go ahead and attack this here. So we've got our armies down there. They've got a bunch of defensive armies, but we're trashing through some of their Xanch armies pretty fast. Our clones of the Deary are really, really good. And of course the Morphling Marauders are absolutely crushing everything, so... these guys do look like they're kind of entrenched, though. Alright, Hydroponics 3. It's not really that important, but... okay, got their capital, which is pretty nice. Alright, where have they sent the rest of their fleet? They've got one down there, it looks like. Oh, no, it's a mining station. That's not that big a deal. Alright. Let's head down to here now. So, with our forces occupying this planet, I kind of just want to wait until these guys are healed back up to full health, which will take a little while, but I could honestly probably start getting to work on another invasion fleet, but what I'm probably going to do is actually figure out... I'm going to start fortifying plants around this area too. So again, we're going to build this tar pit station. We're going to build it here. It's not near too many things, but it is in range of our station there. Alright, first strike force. Excuse me. I don't really want to have to rebuild those mining stations, so I might as well try and take them over. So what we're going to do is send this guy over to here. Actually, we'll send you back up to here. So I know that like one of their ships escaped to somewhere, but there's not a whole lot that one ship or whatever they've got there can do, so I don't have to worry about that much. Let's see here. Our war score is pretty good right now. Technically we lost a couple of engagements. That was against a station or something like that, but we are occupying their capital, so... what are we fighting here? Looks like we popped in basically on top of that mining station. I guess we'll destroy their mining stations then. Did an emergency warp out with their ship there. That's the science ship. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I probably need another invasion force. This is a little bit of a slow process otherwise. Alright, their fleet is down here. Looks like they're trying to warp out with them, which is interesting. I wonder where they're going to head, because that fleet is actually too small to defeat my stations at this point. Probably need to upgrade the station as well, actually. Oh, I don't have it yet. Didn't we have a science vessel heading over here? Maybe that was the one that died, actually. Oh, perfect. Alright, so we're going to pause here for a bit. This is where things get a little bit tricky. I can take Master Builder now, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and do that, but I need to figure out which planets are priorities for terraforming. Which was the science ship that was closest to down there? They're all up here. Great. Okay, so I think it was this one that's heading all the way back down here to analyze that debris. Fantastic. That's brilliant. Okay, so third strike force up here. I should probably just stand by this planet, honestly, for a little while. Looks like Piscus is getting attacked, I guess. So they're trying to reclaim that. Actually, okay, let's send this fleet. We're going to have this split this fleet again, and we're going to send it down here. half of my fleet is so much more powerful than their fleet that we should be fine. Alright. Where are we fighting now? Yeah, that is this one. Okay. So here come the fighter waves. You can see that flak being fired in those point defenses, like just wiping this missile wave out here. It's doing a great job. The high tracking is helping a lot. This is a lot of missiles, though, so this is quite a bit more than I had to deal with last time, I think. Alright, they had a ship with lightning on it. I don't really care. Or that might have been my ships with lightning, actually, firing at that. Now that we're a bit closer and our lead ships are a little bit ahead of our point defense system, we're starting to take some bad hits, but that's fine. Alright. Did I accidentally... I don't know what the hell this guy's doing here. Oh, that's my military station. Okay. So people should pop up beside that black hole ship and end up getting absolutely trounced. I do think I need the build speed boost, actually. Let's go ahead and grab that. Oops. Crap. I brought both my fleets. I did not want to do that. Oh well. Let's grab this one. Send them back to here. Alright, and I needed to get another of the these things. So I am going to go with a mix of clone and clone Deeries and the Xenomorphs. That looks pretty good. Alright. So it does look like they are using some of the Void Cloud lasers for some of their ships. I can't tell if that's... No, I think those are mine, actually. I don't know what their weapons are on all of their ships here. Well, either way. I think that our army is finally probably healed here. Good enough. Let's go ahead and embark them. Alright. Land some armies here. Let's go ahead and also bombard them. Second strike force. I should probably... What the hell? Oh, these are all their science ships and stuff like that. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so pretty soon all this should switch over to mine, my control here. Although I'm not 100% sure how much, how much I'm gonna need. Yeah, no, I should be okay here. I should be able to get this. Okay. Really running out of things to upgrade. Kind of a good problem to have. Alright, one research. Wow. The bottom of the barrel here. Okay, so I didn't really actually do much for this invasion. Honestly, most of it was because they had been pre-invaded by some other people. And that works out really well for me. Let's just chuck that there. But yeah, I'm going to use these guys as a bit of a buffer zone, and I'm going to sort of start fortifying up my outposts here, the outside things. Ship health. Alright, give that a go. Right, forgot. We're going to start basically doing mass biosculpting. So, one of the best planets like I've ever seen is out here. I think it's this one. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and terraform this. It's going to cost us still a fortune, but 850. That's actually a lot. I think that's 33% of the already discounted price. Holy shit. Alright. Well, if we're going to go ahead and inhabit this planet, we're going to go ahead and terraform this one as well, even though this one's crap. But, you know, we'll use them for different purposes. So that's fine. Terraforming those places. And also want to start terraforming everything in this sector. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, let's do it this one. Okay. What the hell was I doing here? Right. Terraforming. So yeah, if I terraform all these planets, they become much, much easier for me to sort of deal with here. So let's go ahead and terraform that. Terraform this, and like our colony, our not our colony, our whatever it's called, our sector government is going to deal with all these planets, so I don't actually have to deal with them. They'll manage them, they'll do everything. I just have to make sure that they're colonized. This one has tornadoes, that's fine. They actually will continue to have these qualities after you terraform them, so... Alright, looks like we wiped out everything around there, which is pretty nice. Oh, they tried to run. That's interesting. Okay. Which of these systems do I not have a fleet stationed around? Wait, what? What the hell's going on here? First strike force is over here, which it should be. So who were those guys? Did they have another fleet from somewhere? I think that was actually a different military fleet. Interesting. Alright. Well, how much damage did my army take there? It took a pretty bad beating, actually. Wow, that was actually worse than the last one. Okay. Either way, I don't think we lost anybody, though. It's just going to take a while for us to get more Xeno armies here. So probably going to end up healing that army up, but it is good to have another land invasion force. What the hell's going on here? I'm going to send another one back. I'm going to have it research everything in here. What the hell is going on? I think this was just my fleet blowing up a whole bunch of that crap. There's a... I don't know what this construction ship, for example, is doing. Let's see if we can run it down, I guess. But, yeah, definitely not useful. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Good station up there. I think we might be able to start calling our fleets back home. Excuse me. Okay. Ooh, we're actually almost back to full health here. Okay. Fortifications for them should be actually pretty heavily damaged, so might actually have enough again. Let's take a look. I noticed that last time I invaded them on this difficulty, they just spontaneously gained full stacks armies, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish. Well, we are pretty badly orbital bombarding them, so I don't know that they can survive that. So this whole invasion we've lost a couple of ships, but not that many. It's pretty good. Techs are doing a pretty good job here. But let's go ahead and make sure that our orbital habitats here are doing a good job. Alright, so this is just about full, actually. Governing ethics extraction, kinetic weapons, yeah, sure. I actually don't mind this. I've got tons of these spare resources, so losing a couple of these is pretty okay. Like, the fact that we're using up all our resources doesn't matter, because you only need one of each copy, so we're not gaining anything from having more of that. Alright, let's go ahead and fortify up here. Build the black hole class again. Where the hell's our capital? Oh, we already got black hole class here. Huh. Down to here, I guess. So this will be basically a fortified zone along our borders here, I guess. I mean, it's so easy to jump past them that I wonder if the AI isn't going to just avoid those, but I guess if they don't know about them, they could definitely be tricked into jumping into one of them. Alright, I think our aliens, our xenomorphs and everything are probably at full health now. Yeah, that's close enough. It's time to bring in the invasion force. Bring in the deltas, bring in the whatevers. Planetary fortifications down to 0, so that's good. Transport fleet, right, I forgot about that. Yeah, all these time projects, look at all the stuff that I've got to do here. Okay, let's go ahead and grab one of our construction ships here. I think that... Where do we want to build this? I'm going to be building another of the mega projects here. Let's build it here. We'll build it sort of on the frontier. I think that's fine. Habitat, much cheaper now. It does cost us 100 of these influences, so I'm kind of doing that. Should probably also do a little bit of edicts. I don't think I can get anything on this place, so... It's capacity overload here. It's not a great place to do it, but I might as well. It's okay, I guess. Alright. Who the hell are these? Oh, what the crap? Let's see if I can get my other strike forces up here in time. Because all three of my navies together are enough to take this out. It's just that, obviously, we're not fighting with all three of our navies at the same time now. These guys don't look like they're using very many of those, what are they called? In fact, they look like they're primarily using shield annihilators. But that means that they're not doing a great job against my hulls. But yeah, this turned out to be a bit of a disaster there. Crap. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep building ships now. Let's get back to Deneb here. Let's build 3 of these for now. Oh shit. I think people are warping into my capital system. Oh, here we go. They do only have the one battleship, but if we don't intercept these guys, then they're starting to wind up their warps. So let's do the attack order on them. Looks like my ground force is going to be able to make it to them anyway. Oh no, are we engaged in a fight here? I might have made it in time. I did. Okay, good. Okay, so we have got our an admiral in this fleet. Let's go ahead and add a combat leader to this one too. Actually, no, let's add our current one. No, I guess we can't. Okay, recruited. Some of their ships were damaged from that previous fight, so this is where it would have been nice to have had a little bit more of the other things. Oh, they did an emergency warp out. Alright, let's consolidate these fleets together. Oops, was not paying attention to this. Okay, we can get 5% armor, Stormfire autocannons. Yeah, let's get the Stormfires. Cheaper war demands. Research Institute. Okay, so where did the emergency warp to, I wonder? Well, I guess there's not a whole lot I can do about it either way, but that was pretty devastating, but I think that they took a lot of losses as well, so... Okay. Gonna advance this to full bombardment. Alright, so we'll lose one of our admirals here, but that's fine. Merge our fleets together, I guess. I don't even need to, really. Keeping them separate right now probably makes more sense. I wonder how the hell those guys got here. Can they just warp that far? Like, that was a pretty distant warp either way. Huh. Well, either way. Any way it goes. Can't build a mining platform there. Okay. So, let's head into negotiations here. So I can't quite get them to give me all 3 of these, but I can take 2. This is gonna change it all, I wonder. Also, I wonder if one of these plants is worth more than the other. No, they're worth kind of the same. Okay, let's take a look at their plants, I guess, and take a guess as to which of these is probably better to take. So, this one's an Arctic world, so that automatically makes it a little bit better. And this one's a smaller tundra world, so I definitely want the actual Arctic one. So, I want, Daxuk. Okay. So we want their capital, definitely, and we want, Daxuk. Send those demands out. And we're now at peace. Yay. Okay, so... also, this is crappy. Okay. Didn't think our border expanse was quite that much worse. Alright, so these guys are just superior to us, but that should go down pretty quickly as we continue along. Okay. What do we want to do here for sectors? Well, either way, that concludes our war. I think we're going to call that an end of the episode. I think that was pretty successful. We might want to just sector up these guys, make them their own sort of thing. We could also produce another sector out to this section, but I like these planets a little bit too much for that, so we are going to let these guys sort of self-govern. There we go. So this is our sort of conquered territory sector. Let's go ahead into species. We just took over these guys. We can modify them and we can set their rights. So we're going to go ahead and give you guys utopian abundance. We will spread our utopian abundance to everybody, whether they want us to or not. Damn you. Alright. So that worked out pretty well. I'm thinking that we might want to mod these guys up a little bit. They're already pretty good for certain things, but I think that we could do better. In any event, though, that's going to probably be our episode for right now. I'm going to send these guys back to Deneb, my fleets, just so that we pay that reduced upkeep cost. But other than that, I do need to keep our strike fleets continuing along, and I need to keep building these defense platforms. Just in case. Like, I do think that it looks like the AI only seems to go for colonized worlds, or habited worlds. So we can probably build stations in places, and these military stations will actually be quite useful regardless. I'm going to build this one actually kind of like here, I think. Right on the sun sort of thing. So I think that they will skip the ones, and I don't think they're just going to raid our mines all that much, so I think that we can probably get away with this. But maybe if not, then we'll have to find some other way to deal with it. For now, I kind of want to figure out some way to open this up here a little bit more effectively, but either way, I hope you found this video enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you guys all next time.